But anyways, because is it going now?
Yeah. You too?
This one, what he'll do is sometimes he'll go up to someone and he'll just jump up their throat.
Oh, really?
No, he'll jump on your throat, jump. Yeah.
There have been times where he's been.
Now, even when you're praying, he'll just come up and just jump up on you. But those are the two most playful ones. What page did we stop on, Ibrahim? Because my copy's somewhere else. I gotta go search for it. I took it in the room because I was writing something out of it.
Chapter 4.
Chapter 4.
Yeah.
I think it was page 37.
37.
Yeah. At the bottom. What if we
Issue number 5 or what?
6.
Wait, no, we're on 5, I think.
No. Are we?
I think we're on 5. I don't remember.
We talked about, we'll just read it because it's only, we're just going to finish up this chapter. All right. So it's only like 1, 2, 3 issues in the summary. So we did talk about this issue of number 5, but we didn't actually, I don't think we read it. Or maybe we did. Who cares? Issue 5. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillahi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in wa ba'd. You got them going, man.
Yeah, you definitely started this. Was my fault.
No, they want to play, man. All right, issue 5. What if I cite the moon on my own, and what if nobody believes me? I do think we read this, but who cares? This is a good question right here. One group would say that it is not permissible to go against the people if the leader of the country does not believe you. Therefore, no, we didn't read this. We didn't read this.
You got your copy? Can I pay you after the class?
Hey, yeah. This is a good question right here. One group would say that it is not permissible to go against the people if the leader of the country does not believe you. Therefore, and this is obviously this issue is going to differ whether if this happens in America or this happens in a Muslim country. The issue is going to be different. So you have in a Muslim country when the government's going to announce when Ramadan is, and you're going to go out and say, no, I saw the moon. I'm going to, and go out in front of the people and say this. That could cause problems. So that's one issue. And another issue is like being in America where nobody cares. You could, if you fast, whatever month you fast, you just say, I'm going to fast, May, I don't care. And nobody's going to say anything. It's like, oh, he's got a new form of Islam going, 74 sects now, so go join the Islamic Center, But so it's going to be different from place to place. So one group would say that it's not permissible to go against the people if the leader of the country does not believe you. Therefore, regardless of you seeing the new moon or not, you fast when the people fast and you break your fast when the people break their fast. I would agree with this opinion to an extent. For example, if a person lives in a country like Saudi Arabia where they have a committee responsible for sighting the moon, this committee was unable to sight the moon, but I believe I saw it. In this case, I will go with the general masses and fast when they fast. And that's not to go against the people, because I would start to say, well, maybe, you know what? The whole committee didn't see it. I saw it. Maybe I am wrong. I would start to doubt myself, right? So in that case, I would say no. All right, I'm going to go with whatever the committee said just to be safe and not to go against the people. However, if we are in America and I was out and I sighted the moon, being that we do not have a committee here, I would begin my fast at the sighting of the new moon and break my fast at the sighting of the new moon. I would do this based on the hadith of Abdullah ibn Umar, in which the Prophet ﷺ said, fast at the sighting of the new moon and break your fast at the sighting of the new moon. That's the first hadith, first thing that we dealt with, إذا رأيتموه فصوموا وإذا رأيتموه فأفطروا فإن غم عليكم فاقدروا له. All right. So, and no issues with that. Huh? Simple. Yes. All right. Because we live in America, alhamdulillah, man. So we don't have these types of issues. But some countries doing something like that could get you put in jail. So, like if you go to Morocco and say, no, I'm fasting because I saw the new moon, and they're like, well, the king said, You might not be in. You might be fasting in an underground prison
I want
for
to
Ramadan.
ask about that. They this year in Morocco they didn't do the sacrifice, and I was there,
Mm.
and I didn't because I don't know anything, and the leader told me not to do it. Do you know anything about this?
What sacrifice you talking about?
After no wait, it's one of the Eids. I can't remember off the top
Eid
of my head.
al-Adha, the second
Yeah.
Eid. Yeah.
Yeah, and the government said it's canceled. You don't have to.
No, well, that's not on you. If they make it to where you can't do it,
Yeah,
that's the sins on them. It's not on
Right.
you.
and I don't know anything, and the leader told me so.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? No, I'm slaughtering.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're gonna get slaughtered. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
so it's like,
Right.
why
Yeah.
would just khalas. Can't slaughter, khalas. That's it. That's not on you. That's on them. That's the sin that they're gonna have to answer for on the day of judgment.
Yeah, they will.
But then if you stand up and cause problems, then now you're sinful and they're sinful. So all right, so but yeah, if this I mean, even if I was absolutely 100% sure, like I was in Saudi Arabia, I sighted the new moon and they didn't sight it, but I'm absolutely positive I would fast, but I would not tell any. I would just do it. I would just fast. Because I'm sure, like I saw it, I'm gonna obey the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but I wouldn't go out and tell everybody I sighted the new moon, I sighted the new moon. You know, just not to cause issues. But I would fast still. I would still fast, just quietly. All right. So issue number 6. What if a kafir says he saw the new moon? What do you think? Huh?
Who cares? Probably like a testimony from a guy who's not.
Well, the first thing is that the kuffar, they don't even know anything about the moons and the,
Yeah.
you know,
True.
like the kuffar, they're like, oh my God, did you hear there's going to be a full moon tonight? There's a full moon every 30 days, you dummy. You know, it's like, it's like, but they think there's some big event, like, there's a full moon tonight.
They
Yeah.
just looked at the calendar that one day.
No, because they announced it on the news. Yeah, they said, oh, tonight there's going to be a full, what do they call it? A blood moon, a wolf moon, a blue moon. And
When I was working security at Foster Farms, there was this Catholic lady. She would say, "Oh, look, it's a blue moon. That means the zodiac sign over there. That means it's that night tonight."
No, it's a blue moon, and you've been smoking crack. I was like,
That's the only thing blue.
yeah, exactly. Subhanallah. Zodiac signs. These people, man. So, anyways, yeah. What if a kafir says he saw the new moon? The testimony of a kafir is not accepted ever, with no difference of opinion in this issue. No difference of opinion. There is a difference of opinion amongst liberals and non-liberals. Right? Liberals would accept the testimony of a kafir, but amongst the ulama, the people of knowledge, no. It's no difference of opinion. Testimony of a kafir is rejected if the testimony of a sinful Muslim is rejected in a kafir min bab al-awla. All right, so the main condition to accept the testimony of a person saying that he saw the new moon is the person has to be upright in his religion. Kafir is not upright because he's not even a Muslim. If you're not going to accept the sighting of a moon from a sinful Muslim, we're definitely not going to accept the sighting of the moon from a person who's not even Muslim. Clear. Issue number 7. No issues with that. What if a person did not find out about the sighting of the new moon until after the sunset on the first day of Ramadan? All right, so you didn't, whatever, you just don't have internet. You don't have, you're like, maybe you live off grid. You're like one of those off grid dudes, like you got solar panels and you just didn't have internet. And you're waiting to find out if it's Ramadan or not. And then the whole first day of Ramadan went by until sunset. And then you found out, oh my God, today, that was the first day of Ramadan. What do you do? That's what we're going to look at, right? In this scenario, the person will have to make up the day of fasting. We are ordered to fast the entire month of Ramadan. And this person missed the first day. Whether or not it was his fault is not the issue. The issue is that he is responsible for fasting that day, and he did not do that. So he makes it up. When Ramadan is finished, then he'll make up that one day. All right. Any issues with that? Nope. All right. So summary of the issues in this chapter. We fast when the moon is sighted, and we stop fasting when the moon is sighted. It is not permissible to rely on calculations. We only fast at the sighting of the new moon. One person is sufficient as a witness for the sighting of the new moon as long as that person is upright in his religion. What was the hadith for that? The hadith of man.
Abdullah ibn what?
You cheater. There's a hadith of Abdullah ibn Umar and Sunan Abi Dawud. You know, تراءى الناس الهلال فأخبرت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أني رأيته فأمر الناس بصيامه. So he said that the people went out to see the new moon, and I informed the messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam that I saw it, and he commanded the people to fast that day, and he was one person. One person. All right. Thank you, cheater. All right. But at least you knew where to go back and find it. That's good. That's showing, you know, that those nerdy schools taught you something. Oh, he's gonna. That's my friend.
I'm gonna let it slide this time.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
You know what we did today, man? Let me tell you something about Restaurant Depot, Akhi, so you can stop wasting all your money, even on Cam's Pizza. They sell pizza dough already ready, the balls. You can buy them in a box of like 20, 30, 40, whatever, however many you want. And it's natural. It's just flour, water, yeast, semolina. Semolina is like it's a type of, no, semolina. It's a type of, it's what they use for couscous, man, and maghrib.
This guy knows about
Yeah.
this.
It's a grain. It's like a wheat type of grain, but it's to give it kind of like a rougher texture, you know. That's it. There's no chemicals, no, you know, it's not a whole list of ingredients, just five ingredients, and it's dope. You can just make it, put it in, put the pizza sauce, and they sell the halal pepperonis.
Hmm.
Restaurant Depot.
You can enter, no problem.
No, you got to have a card,
But what's the card mean?
It's like
Like
Costco.
Costco.
but you have to. No, it's not like Costco.
Don't you have
Oh,
to
you need a
own a
business
restaurant?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to show that you own a restaurant.
Yeah, that's what I
So you have to find somebody that has a card that gives you a card,
thought. Nice.
and then you can go there.
They sell 10 pounds of chicken patties for like $23.
Yeah. You buy
Pretty good.
boxes of meat, boxes. That's what I said. I go there, I get like a box of chicken, and that's it. That's for the whole month. That's it. Khalas,
How
one
the
box
hell
of
do you
chicken.
Because my mom's boyfriend gave me his.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Go with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
You
just
have
let me
it.
know. I'll
Just
go.
make it. I think I have a card.
You know where it's at, right?
You have a card. I actually don't know. It's my mom's.
You have one too.
I don't know.
You have a Restaurant Depot
I
card
don't
too.
know how they got it, but they do. Yeah. My mom gets chicken from there all the time.
You know where it's at, right? It's right around the corner. Like literally, you could walk to
And
it.
maybe you just start like an LLC and then just I can just.
All you gotta do, yeah. You just like you start up a company, right? You
Wow.
start up a restaurant, get it like registered.
Yeah.
You don't have to actually have it, just the name and the restaurant,
Interesting.
and you can go get the card.
Or
If
never.
you guys want to
Or you
go,
could
just let me know.
yours and I'll make
Oh,
a copy
yeah.
on my coffee.
Nah, cause
Oh,
I got
I
mine
know
from
not-
somebody else. I
We've
can't.
never. We never.
I'm not gonna say his name on the.
I now own a restaurant named Burger Busters.
Burger
Okay.
Busters?
Yeah.
I like the
I'm
name.
not eating
There you
there.
go.
Yeah, Burger Busters.
You have to be careful with the expiration dates though, because I bought some stuff there and I didn't check the expiration dates and I looked and was like, oh, 2 days.
Wow.
No, but I mean we buy all the frozen stuff. Like we just go there and, like, cause we go there, you get like a box of chicken, and you get a box of like those bags of like green peas. Cause Esed, he doesn't eat beans. It's the only thing he'll eat is those green peas. So I just buy a whole box of like the bags of them. You get like 17 bags of like, and that's the whole month.
Green bean. Green.
Green peas with chicken and rice.
Green peas stew.
With chicken and rice.
Green peas.
Like curry chicken and throw some green peas in there because he doesn't.
Make green peas stew.
Yeah,
Split pea soup.
not split peas.
I love split pea.
There's little sweet peas, Yeah. Go, man. Just go with him.
Yeah, just let me know.
Let me know. They got green peas too.
What is this? What are we doing here?
Yo, are you gonna pop open that Japanese soda or what?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
With the cups. Are you just gonna use the same cups?
Safe.
Uh,
Do we have any extra cups, Habibi? Huh? You got plastic cups? Type Jibble.
I don't think so. It is permissible to fast the second half of Sha'ban,
Yeah.
even if it's not for your custom.
Yeah.
So like if I wanted to, I can fast.
I
the
told
second
you
half.
both hadiths are from Abu Huraira.
I just wanted.
Yeah, so
because today in the khutbah he was
Yeah,
saying he said it is forbidden to fast
Yeah.
the second half of it unless it's from your custom.
no, that's
like-
not a part of that's not it. That's not a part of the hadith.
He brought up the same hadith that you brought up. He brought up the same.
What? I didn't hear the first one.
The custom, it goes to the last 2 days of Ramadan. That's the only time that the Prophet ﷺ mentioned. He said, "لا تقدموا صوم رمضان بصوم يوم أو يومين إلا رجل كان يصوم صوما فليصومه." That is muttafaqun alayh. That hadith where the Prophet ﷺ said, "Do not approach Ramadan by 1 or 2 days by fasting. Don't fast 1 or 2 days before Ramadan,
Yeah, the 2 days.
except for the man who has a normal fasting that he fasts, then let him fast the day that he fasts. So if you don't have a custom, then you don't fast for the last 2 days. It's nothing about that mentioned in the hadith of Abi Hurairah about either انتصف شعبان فلا تصوموا. It says either انتصف شعبان فلا تصوموا. You know, if and aslan the hadith is weak, and it goes against the other hadith of Abi Hurairah aslan,
Where they probably used to fast all.
where he said لا تقدموا صوم يوم, or that's hadith Abu Hurairah. It's right there. You go back to it. It's right at the beginning. So wait, which was it in this chapter or was it in the previous
It was
chapter?
in the previous chapter.
I
Yeah.
didn't add it to your book.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
It was the same exact hadith.
Yeah, right there. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه لا تقدموا رمضان بصوم يوم أو يومين ولا يومين إلى رجل. That's Abu Hurairah, the same narrator of إذا انتصف شعبان فلا تصوموا. So it's right there. But this hadith is weak, and it goes against this hadith, anyways. So the only thing about where he mentioned that that is from something that you have from a custom is in that hadith about the last 2 days. It goes back to what Abdul Malik always said. That man is not faqih. That's it. That's it.
The classic statement.
That's a classic statement and the truest statement. May Allah raise up the person who made that statement, and may Allah give him Jannah biduna hisab.
I'm so happy I wasn't the only one that caught that too.
What's that?
That's
I
what
Yeah.
heard that hadith. So like, wait a minute. Yeah.
Hey, I
during
remember
the
this.
Yeah, during the football, yeah.
I'll say it's bad, but like I said, it's San Diego. It's worse. The
Where do you live at? Yeah.
I don't.
You don't live anywhere, you're a
Yeah.
vagabond.
Yeah. But the masjid, the khutbahs in San Diego, they're unbearable. Like I've many times I have had to tell myself, do not leave. You have to stay because of the things that they were talking about, the things that we're saying. I've contemplated many times. Like
He said you have to make myself stay.
I have to make myself stay.
I have to make myself go. it's like you have to go. You have to go.
Yeah.
He's talking about stay. At least you made it.
Yeah.
As soon as a dude breathes, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be long.
Yeah. Surprisingly, the last two have only been like 30 minutes.
Good. Yeah.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Usually they're like 45.
Yep.
Especially like these guys that like I'm sorry, man. Like the Egyptian khatibs, the worst for me personally. I just can't tolerate them because they just come up. They'll bring up some ayat, because alhamdulillah they memorize the Quran.
Yeah.
But when they start bringing these far out stories, they bring out stories that are so far out, that are so made up that even the Jamaat Tabligh are like, oh my God, that's no, da'if. Like, it's like, because the stories of the Jamaat Tabligh, but they'll bring out stories that even put them to shame, So no, man, this is crazy, like he'll be doing so well with the ayat. I'm like, yeah, mashallah, this is all right.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, and then there was a story. I'm like, oh, now, and then he'll start to tell the story. It was Sahabi did this, and it's like, this you could just feel it. This is made up. This is made up.
What was the one? And we were at Cam's and you looked it up.
It was Da'if Jiddan.
It was like the weakest it could possibly be.
Yeah.
It was like the guy who did something for like a million years. Or
Oh,
something.
Oh yeah, he
yeah.
worshipped the wall for like 900 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You go back and you look up these stories, you find out they're just made up stories. Made up stories.
Just leave that sentence alone. So that's crazy.
Hmm.
That's the statement itself. You're like, I have to look into this. Like if it's weak or not.
Who's gonna do that though?
Which yeah.
Who's gonna do that? I mean, when we were going to Badr, I remember like the one time we came out of Badr and I was like, that hadith was da'if, that hadith was da'if, that hadith, you know, it's like the guys they don't know this stuff. They don't follow, and the people are not gonna follow up on it.
It's amazing how they find these things. How why aren't they
Yeah,
just
why can't they find any authentic ones?
yeah, how are they finding them?
Only the weak ones.
How are they dealing with these?
It's like they go on sunnah.com and just look for only.
yeah, they
Sort by
Yeah.
Sort by
levels.
Sort by levels.
I don't know. I don't know where they get it from. I don't know.
I said, if someone's of deviance, like giving the khutbah, should we still try to come early and listen to the whole thing? Should we almost like avoid the whole khutbah and come late?
I mean, you should, if you want the reward for Jumu'ah, you got to go there early and you got to just be patient. Yeah.
But just don't take anything he's saying.
I mean, yeah, take it with a grain of salt. And when he's reciting the Quran and like ayat from the Quran, I listen. You know, but if he starts to like, and then there was a companion, I'm like, oh no, I can feel it. I'm like, this is about to go south, because it's just like now my mind just shuts off. I'll listen to it because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna look this up when we're finished, and probably more than likely find it in like the Mawdu'at of Ibn al-Jawzi or something like that, because Ibn Jawzi compiled a whole book of just fabricated hadiths. So probably find it in this, but Allahumma musta'an.
That's intelligent. Write a book of just fabrications.
Oh, the problem is that he actually put narrations in that book that are authentic, because he made some mistakes. So it wasn't really. He made some major
he
but
made some big ones. Okay.
I mean, he put like Bukhari Muslim type hadiths in his book on accident. So it's a book that needs to be tidied up.
Yeah.
But Allahumma musta'an. All right. So the summary of the issues in the last part: what if another country cites the moon and that country is reliable, a reliable source of information? We should begin our fast. If you cite the moon on your own in that country that does not have a committee for citing the moon, you should begin your fast. All right. If you cite it, just fast. Okay. Tell the people you got to go. All right. Salam. If a kafir cites the new moon, laugh and say you got to be joking. We do not accept his testimony. If you missed the first day of Ramadan because you did not find out about the sighting of the new moon until after sunset, you have to make up that. And regardless, even if you found out that Ramadan started and you just found out at 7 o'clock in the morning, fasting already started, but you haven't ate anything or drunk anything, eaten anything or drunk anything, right? Your fast is still, you make it up. You didn't have the intention from the night before. So you didn't have the intention from the beginning of the fast, which we're going to go over in another chapter, inshallah.
What if it's like the 15th of Ramadan and you slept into like right at the azan of Fajr? Is your fast still valid or?
No, there's a difference of opinion on that, and Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah has the strongest opinion in that regards, is that when we go into the month of Ramadan, we go in with the intention to fast the entire month. So it's not necessary that you have to have the intention of fasting every single day, because you've already intended to do what? Fast. The only time that you would have to renew that intention is if what? Like you got sick and you had to break your fast because you were sick, and then you had to start back the next day. So then you say, I'm going to fast. Obviously you're not going to say it, but it's the intention is in the heart, and the intention is based on you preparing, getting ready for the next day to fast the next day. So once you've made the intention to fast the next day until the end of Ramadan, khalas. And that's the opinion of Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah. That's a stronger opinion. Better than saying, okay, I have to have the opinion every single night. No, we have the intention. As soon as once the new moon is sighted, everybody is like, okay, we're fasting the month of Ramadan. Khalas. That's it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Huh, what's the next chapter?
Intentions.
I guess we should go ahead and start, huh? What do you guys say in the chat? Should we just read a little bit? Or just take questions? What do you think?
There are a lot of questions.
I will stop here. Save it. Come back tomorrow, inshallah. You gonna be here tomorrow or no?
I don't.
Or are you gonna be back on the trucks?
Yeah, I'm leaving. I think so.
You have no home.
I have 2 trucks. I have a regular, like a F-250, and a
I don't even
semi-truck.
know what that is.
It's just a regular Ford pickup truck,
Mm.
and then I have a semi truck. So I'm either working or I'm in my regular truck.
I'm saying you don't live nowhere. Like, where are you originally from?
I was born in Oceanside.
That's over by San Diego.
Yeah, but I lived there for 8 days. The first time I was on an airplane,
I was born there and I lived there for 8
the
days.
first time I was on an airplane, I was 8 days old.
Wow.
And by the time I was 6, I lived in like 6 or 7 or 8 cities. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm from everywhere. And I don't.
Vagabond for real, man.
Yeah.
It sounds like the opening to some movie where it's like, I was born in Oceanside, and I lived there for 8 days, and then it's like an opening. Like,
And then the plane's taking off.
And I don't know anything about Oceanside too. I don't know.
I would imagine.
I've gone back there, but I don't.
It's not much to get in 8 days of your life. I mean,
When you're just bored.
yeah.
I do have a question about traveling because for my work, I'm wiping over my shoes, but then I take my shoes off to pray. Is my wudu still valid?
As long as you put your shoes back on while you're still in a state of wudu. Like if you take your shoe, like if you're wiping over your shoes,
Okay.
and you take your shoes off, and then somewhere along the lines you break the wudu, and you're gonna have to take the socks and everything off.
Oh,
Everything's got to go off.
okay. So the original wudu with the shoes on.
Yeah. And once
if I
you've been
take-
if you've been wiping over the shoes,
Right.
it has to be over the shoes. You can't wipe over the
first
socks.
Right.
The first, even before the first one though, it has to be without socks or shoes, right?
What are you talking about?
Like let's say you wake up in the morning, okay, you're not in wudu, and you didn't sleep with socks on. So you wake up in the morning, and then
You wash your feet.
I know because you have to do wudu barefoot.
Yeah.
And you can't put your socks on or shoes on and then do it. So your original wudu has to be barefoot.
Correct.
Yeah, of course.
And then I put socks and shoes on. I break my wudu. I do wudu again, wipe over my shoes. I take my shoes off to pray.
Yeah, as long as you took them off in a state of wudu.
Okay. And then
But you shouldn't take. Why were you taking your shoes off to pray anyways? You praying in the masjid or you just praying out in the?
I drive a truck, so I put my shoes on to go to the bathroom in the
Yeah.
truck stop.
It doesn't matter.
And then I come back to the truck. I take my shoes off to pray inside of my truck.
Oh, I mean, you don't have to take your shoes off. But yeah,
Yeah. Well, it's just tight. And,
yeah.
Yeah. And then I have to put my shoes back on, break my wudu with my shoes on in order to be able to re-wipe over my shoes again. If I break my wudu with my shoes off, socks on, doesn't matter. I have to
No,
restart.
because you've been wiping over your shoes, not over your socks. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Don't you even think about a shower?
Go ahead. What's the questions? 'Cause we gotta roll in a minute.
But with the shoe,
Who put pizza sambucas? Ibrahim.
Yeah.
What are you doing up
somebody
in
was
the?
talking about it.
Oh, okay.
To wipe over your shoes, it has to be above your ankle, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the shoe has to be.
Yeah. Whatever. No, anything that you wipe over has to cover because it has to cover
Oh,
because that's the part of the wudu.
it has to be covered the ankle.
It has to cover it. So if the
Ah.
sock doesn't cover the ankle or the shoe doesn't cover the ankle,
No good.
no.
What if your socks below the ankle, but your shoe is above the ankle? What if your socks below the ankle, but your shoe is above the
Well, if you're wiping over your shoes,
Then it's above the ankle, so it's good. Thank you for asking that. That's a good question.
Oh no, you don't. Oh no, you don't.
because the issue is about the mas'al al-khuf. And al-khuf is anything that's is above the ankle. A na'al is anything that's below the ankle. So yeah, it has to be above the ankle. You buying the whole box?
Yeah, I was checking them out.
I have to leave at 10, by the way.
No, we're gonna take a few questions and go.
Who said my brother is my brother is bedridden mostly. He is only able to stand for about 8 minutes. Due to this, I see him delaying his prayers. What is the easiest way he can purify himself for wudu?
I mean, so not enough information there. I don't know. Like, what is he bedridden for? Like, is he able to make wudu? Is he able to get up and? I mean, if he can only stand for 8 minutes, then the best way to do it is bring a bucket to him and try to help him out make wudu. I guess I don't know because I don't know the full situation. You know, That's something that you're gonna have to look at. What's the easiest way to do that? You know, because if you can get him, if you can actually take him to the bathroom and get him to make wudu, help him so he doesn't delay his prayers too much, and help him as much as you can. Khalas. I mean, I don't know the extent of what he's bedridden, like from what, you know. So
Instead, if one wants to start a business, can you please give me a playlist I can watch of pick of transactions?
any explanation of Bulugh al-Maram, you know, you go to like Sheikh al-Uthaymin, he explained Bulugh al-Maram. Sheikh al-Uthaymin, he also explained Azad al-Mustaqni'. You can go through all the chapters on business transactions, inshallah. Find everything that you need to know, inshallah.
Don't look at me.
That's assuming that you know Arabic. If you don't know Arabic, I don't know. I can't help you with that because I don't listen to English anymore. Come on.
Is that I saw a video of Sheikh Rahili discussing that decorating when Ramadan comes is not permissible. It's bid'ah. He said this doesn't have to do with customs. Can you please expand?
And what he said is correct. I mean, there's nothing to expound upon. I mean, it's not from this deen and decorations and all this stuff. I mean, Ramadan is a month of Quran. It's a month of standing up. It's a month of Qiyam al-Layl. It's not a month of, you know, celebration. It's not a month of social gatherings. It's not, and I've always said this, and like I say this every single year. This is not a month of social gatherings. It's not a month that you want to sit around wasting time. We got all year to do that. We got Eid to do that. You know, we can all get together, drink some coffee, and chit chat and hang out and laugh and joke. But this Ramadan is not a time for that. Ramadan is a time of ibadah. It's a time. That's why you see the last 10 nights is, you know, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to go into i'tikaf and just completely dedicate himself solely to just worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala 24 hours a day when he wasn't sleeping. So that's what it's about. It's not about social gatherings, decorating, parties, you know, let's meet up and we're going to do iftar at my house. And no, this is a time of ibadah. And we should be getting together. If we're going to get together, we can get together for that. Otherwise, solitude is the best thing in this month, you know, except for obviously, you know, going out and praying and stuff like that. But other than that, solitude, sit there, read Quran, and you know, all this decoration and all this stuff is not from this. It's not from the deen. It's something that people taking from the kuffar. You know, we're gonna start putting up like Christmas lights and stuff like that. I think they've started doing that now. So, Allah musta'an.
Back to the playlist question. The person said that they need an English playlist.
I don't know. Then maybe somebody in the chat can help you with that.
There's a channel called Scholarly Subtitles. They have a bunch of software. I don't know.
Say that again.
Scholarly Subtitles.
Scholarly subtitles.
Yeah,
I've heard of that before.
Yeah, they translate a bunch of just more than that.
That's a YouTube account.
Yeah.
I don't know. Write that in the chat. I don't know. Somebody knows anything in the chat other than pizza samosas? Let us know, inshallah.
Back to the decoration question, the follow-up. Could you expand on why the decorations are bid'ah? I'm confused about that. I thought one can do things that have to do with customs.
No, because this is not from the customs of the Muslims. It's not from the customs of the Arabs. It's not from any of the customs. These are customs that were learned from the kuffar. These are not customs of the Muslims. Where have these customs been learned from us?
Yeah, when did it come?
Yeah, it came recently.
Right.
Yeah, because they want to celebrate these holidays like kuffar celebrate their holidays. So this is not from the customs of the Muslims. This is stuff that the Muslims made up and turned into a custom. But this has nothing to do with our deen. Ramadan is a month. This is ibadah. This is not a month of like, again, it's not decorations and all this. You're mixing this in with ibadah. You need the evidence. You have to provide the evidence of where these customs came from. If you don't have evidence for it, then don't do it. Do that on your own time, you know. Don't take Islamic worship and then start adding your own flavor to it. Do it the way that the people before did it. You want to be successful in anything you do the way they did it. You're not, us adding our own flavor to it is what's destroying the world right now. Allah musta'an.
A follow-up to the question about the brother who's bedridden. My brother can only stand for about 8 minutes maximum, which he uses to take a shower or do wudu sometimes. He prays laying in bed.
So, I mean, the whole situation is about how to keep him from delaying the prayer. You just help them out as much as you can. Find somebody's gonna obviously gonna have to help him, you know, and start helping them so he prays on time. I think if I was bedridden too, I mean, you start to be like, oh, I gotta get up, you know, and maybe you have to tell yourself this by the time, you know, like 30, 40 minutes passes before you can even, you know, motivate yourself to get up. So obviously somebody's gonna have to help him, you know. So help him, inshallah. You get a great reward for it because you're helping him to make sure that he's getting this worship done on time. So I mean, and alhamdulillah, what a beautiful reward you get. So
You said if a guy was told by his imam that it was permissible for him to take student loans because he has to provide and that it's haram for women, how can one convince someone like that it's impermissible? He said that the imam who got this got a degree in transactions, so he's finding it hard to believe.
I could tell you exactly what he can do with that degree that he's got, but it's gonna be like rated R. You know, nobody cares about his degree, akhi. Nobody cares about none of that stuff. We care about the Quran and the Sunnah and evidence. You know, it's not permissible to take any type. You like, alhamdulillah, so many people function on a daily, you know, day to day and make much more. A lot of people I've seen people didn't even graduate high school, make more money than what? And then college graduates make. They have the loans. When I was in Saudi Arabia, alhamdulillah, you know, my last year in Saudi Arabia, I mean, it wasn't like this because I never graduated high school. I never graduated. I still, to this day, I've not graduated high school. In my last year in Saudi Arabia, I was making about $60,000. Yeah. And I was making just as much as everybody with the degrees were making. And I was doing it illegally. Allah provides for whoever he wills. I mean, we definitely don't have that now. I wish that would like where is it now? But you know, it'd be nice to have that now. But you know, who cares? I mean, you know, there's no time in my life where it's like, oh, I have to go take a college loan to survive, to live. Nah. How you doing with your life, Ibrahim? Huh? You got a decent job, right? You working every day. Did you finish high school? Barely. Yeah, you failed a couple times, right? Did you ever take any college loans? And you ever starved a day in your life, Ibrahim? No, of course not.
I was gonna say my school to be a truck driver was like $3,200, and I could make 200 grand.
Truck drivers make more than college graduates right now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Especially if you just like do like you and become a vagabond.
Yeah.
And just
you're living in the truck. You're not paying rent. You don't have any expenses.
or even if you're just living at your parents' house when you do come home.
True. Yeah.
You know, you're driving the truck out and about, and then you come home. You're like, okay, I need a shower. I need to rest. And you come home to your family, to your mother's house, and you know, take a shower, eat a nice homemade meal for a week, and then go back out on the road. Yeah. You make more money than probably a lot of these. Probably close. You be competing with doctors in some cases.
You can make $200,000 a year on 2 years of experience.
Yeah.
So you don't need a degree.
No, you don't
need to go in debt. You don't need interest.
Yeah, you can go work at a McDonald's.
Yeah, true.
No, but I'm serious. Like as a 18-year-old, 16-year-old. I mean, obviously, I'm not encouraging people to work at McDonald's, but like, I'm just giving an example. Like, and you could work there and put in like every time they need you there, you're there. You're the first one to show up, the last one to leave. They need you to stay, and then what? You become a shift manager. Then you become a manager. Then you start moving up the chain. Yeah, you start making a lot of money.
Even starting is like $20 now.
Huh?
Even starting is like $20.
That's only in California.
Yeah.
That's not. Trust me.
Yeah, they're making $7 if you're lucky.
Yeah, like it's like about 10, 11 on the East Coast, like down south. And only California has that $20 thing.
I heard Walmart managers make more than WNBA players. Well, WNBA players don't make jobs.
Yeah, hey, crackheads make more than WNBA players, man. And crackheads are more entertaining. All right. They should make more money. Huh? Oh. Well, Idris is not here. So now Idris would have to do this.
When did Idris have experience with truck driving?
I think he means Islam. I think he thinks that Islam is Idris.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Hamid asked a question about truck driving, and and then he asked if Idris can help because he has experience.
No, Idris is a security guard. A security guard is another thing.
He thought,
Oh well,
I
yeah.
work as an
They're
inspector
trying-
with no degree.
Huh?
Trying-
I don't have a degree either, but I work as an inspector.
Mm.
My friend works inspector. He makes like 120K. Really?
With no degree. 120,000. There you go.
It's prevailing wage. Yeah,
It's like a
yeah,
glitch.
Okay, any job that you get at any place right now, if you're a person who's like, you're never calling in sick,
Yeah.
you're showing up, and when all the other people are calling in sick, you're the one that comes up on your days off and works, and you'll be making money nowadays, because nowadays, forget it, man. They're like, nobody's reliable anymore. So it's like reliability shot, So I know when I first came back to America, I was just working like a mad Russian, like a mad Russian scientist. I'm like, I was working like crazy, and that's what you can make money like that, But I was like, this ain't for me. I'm wasting all my time doing this, and that's it's a waste of knowledge. So
There's one of the guys on my job site in 1918. And they do carpentry, so they just build like the cabinets. And they were working for building cabinets for Fresno Unified School District building.
Hmm.
So it was government building.
Yeah.
And they were paying them like $100 an hour. Just doing I mean, anybody, me and you and anybody here could build them with no experience,
Hmm.
because they're extremely easy to install a cabinet. You're making $100 an hour. You're making $800 a day.
yeah, it's crazy.
Like
That's-
that.
Amazing. Yeah.
Because
There's
it's
a lot of blue collar work. There's a lot of money that people don't look at.
Yeah, construction. If you really took construction seriously, and like instead of just like turning it into a job where you get a paycheck and get drunk like these kuffar, that's all they're doing is getting drunk every day. But you're like really trying to learn everything about it, and then you become a foreman. Then you start, then once you really get the whole like how to buy the supplies and how to do everything, you start your own construction company after you saved up enough money. And
there's a lot of money.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
If
get
you
like,
can make it be successful.
huh?
If you can make it be successful.
I'm telling you, see, the problem is we're stupid.
Yeah.
We're
Bit
stupid.
disorganized.
Muslims, look, everybody praises Muslim fighters. Why? Think about it. Muslim fighters, like fighters, like mixed martial arts fighters. They always praise the Muslims, especially the Russian Muslims. Why? No, because they're disciplined. They don't go out in the clubs. They're not drinking. They're not smoking. They're not doing drugs. They're training 24 hours a day, every single day, and they're beating everybody in sight. How are you going to fight against these guys when they're so disciplined? And again, we don't use that to our advantage. If we have a construction company full of disciplined Muslims who don't drink, don't mess around with women, they're going to show up to work and work every day. People are going to trust us. We'll start to get the contracts, the big contracts, and we start to make money because, we're going to be reliable and trustworthy. Security companies, the same thing. I would rather have a Muslim security company full of Muslims that are like disciplined, they're trained, and they don't smoke, they don't drink, they're not in the clubs messing around with women, they're not looking at porn, they're not doing all these types of things. You could trust them around your children. You understand? Like, who would you want to hire as a security? So we have all the means to make the money, Akhi, but we're just stupid, Akhi. We're really, really stupid. We're disorganized and we don't take advantage of the situation we have. So if we really like use that, like, I'm not saying use it to our advantage to make money. I mean, we really lived Islam properly, then everything that we did, it will bleed into everything. That discipline will bleed into everything. But it doesn't, because we don't really have that discipline. Instead, what we have is, I went to the imam and I asked him if I could fornicate on Friday. He said, yeah, it's okay. This is the type of like Islam that we're practicing nowadays. Oh yeah, you can smoke weed. It's okay. Just make tawbah. Just make sure that you pray after you smoke weed, but it's okay. It's natural. It comes from the earth. Oh, the doctor prescribed it. Oh, it's okay. This is the type of Islam that we see nowadays where everything becomes, there's no discipline, Akhi. There's no real discipline. So Muslims are fornicating. Muslims own the smoke shops, Akhi. Yeah. Us Muslims right now go down the street to the liquor store. It's owned by Yemenis. The two liquor stores right down there, like if you go down that street right there, the main street. I'm not gonna say the street and go all the way down. You got the big liquor store where all the gang members hang out at, owned by Yemenis. There's one here and one here. Both of them owned by Arabs, Yemenis. Where's the discipline? Nobody's gonna trust us, akhi. We're like a laughing stock right now.
Yemen smoke shop.
Yemen Smoke Shop. Yeah. I'm waiting for them to say Sunnah Smoke Shop, akhi. Wallah, I wouldn't be surprised, akhi. Put a smoke shop right next to the masjid, akhi. That's crazy. You can walk out the masjid on Friday and buy blunt papers. You know, beautiful, man.
I was thinking about that actually, about like starting a business. Like how, if a Muslim were to start a business, how would he be able to like ensure that it stays like, because if the person starts a business and he only wants to hire Muslims, that's illegal here in the West.
Well,
because
only if someone prosecutes you.
yeah, but I mean, you think these kuffar won't sue you for that?
Well, then you trust the Muslims. They won't. You say, hey, don't say anything.
Well, yeah, but like I mean, I feel like it might happen.
No, but there's gonna be loopholes around that stuff, akhi. You gotta find those loopholes. Because if you're talking about an Islamic security company, then these are our conditions to get a job here. And you have to meet these conditions. That's something that you'd have to go sit down with a lawyer and talk to, because there's going to be loopholes through all this. They say that it's not, nah, they don't tell you the whole truth. They do not tell you the whole truth. It's a private business. You can hire whoever you want. You can allow anybody into the store that you want. If I don't like, for example, I don't want women that are half naked coming into my coffee shop. If I owned a coffee shop, it's my private business. I have the right to let in whoever I want and kick out whoever I want. But they're not going to tell you that. They're going to say, oh, this is illegal. No, but you got to find, that's why the rich people find the loopholes, man.
What I'm most concerned about is like the women, because if like, you start a security company and a woman tries to apply.
Just you don't have, when you reject your application, you don't reject it saying I'm rejecting you because you're a woman.
Yeah.
You just reject it.
Yeah.
But I think if you guys have an HR, the HR is going to complain.
Don't have an
But
HR.
yeah, just don't have an HR.
I
But
think you need an HR legally, though.
Nah.
just staff with Muslims.
Or staff it with Muslims.
Yeah, but like,
Start an HR that's only Muslim.
yeah, exactly.
Just be like, hey, I just like you're very qualified, and I think you're great. You're very talented, but you're just not fit for the job that we're doing. Why am I not fit? That's why.
Yeah.
Right there. Too emotional. All right, next. All right, any other questions?
Can people decorate for Eid?
What? No.
I'm gonna try and read this out. It said, when translating the meaning of La ilaha illallah, I want to capture the meaning of La Ma'bud.
Ma'bud.
It's with a cough.
Yeah, that is a mistake.
No, there's no cough. What are you talking about?
If there is a cough, it's a mistake. But go.
No, but after the
Ma'bud.
It's a bad.
Just
not on my screen.
On my screen.
No,
that's it. We're not taking your sighting of the moon.
do you want to see it?
Well, hold on, let me find it.
Yeah. Here, I'll show you.
Is it in Arabic or is it in
Part
English?
of it. Part of it is.
I can't find it.
Mine says right there. That's cough.
Oh yeah, I was looking at the wrong one.
Yeah, but that's a
He
mistake.
probably updated.
La ma'bud bihaqi illallah.
I mean, if you really wanted to get technical, it's La ma'buda haqqan illallah. Because it's a badal in the Arabic language. So, La ma'buda haqqan illallah. It's like there's none that has the right to be worshipped in truth. Like none is worshipped in truth except Allah.
So they ask, like, is using the English phrase "there is none worthy of worship except Allah"? Okay.
I mean, you could say that none has the right to be worshipped, or you could say none is worshipped in truth except Allah, because everything else is worshipped in falsehood.
Ustad, what's the difference in meaning between La ma'buda bil haqqin illallah and La ma'buda haqqun illallah?
No, it's not. It's the grammar. So all you're doing is changing the grammar. La ma'buda haqqan illallah, because you're doing a badal. You know, because if you say la ilaha illallah, the issue what the people had before was there has to be something that's what? It's mahdhuf. That's not or muqaddar is better to say. It's not mahdhuf. It's like something that's muqaddar. It means that it's implied, implied, but not said. Because la ilaha illallah, if you just took it on the face value, it makes no sense. There's no God but Allah. That's wrong. You know, that's wrong because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has confirmed in the Quran that there are other gods that are worshipped besides Allah. You know, أَفَرَأَيْتُمُ اللَّاتَ وَالْعُزَّى وَمَنَاةَ الثَّالِثَةَ الْأُخْرَى. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, have you not seen Lat wal-Uzza وَمَنَاةَ الثَّالِثَةَ الْأُخْرَى? Allakum dhakara, you know, so he's like, so he's telling you, like, here, have you not seen these three gods that they worship? Because I mean they're worshipped, but they're worshipped in what? In falsehood. All right, they're not worshipped in truth. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, أَفَرَأَيْتَ مَنْ اتَّخَذَ إِلَهَهُ هَوَاهُ وَأَضَلَّهُ اللَّهُ عَلَى عِلْمٍ. Have you not seen the person who's taken his God, you know, to be worshipped besides Allah as what? His desires. Takes his desires as his God. He obeys his desires. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has affirmed that the people that worship other than Allah. If you say that there's no God but Allah, that means that every single God that is worshipped on the face of this earth is what? Is Allah. So that means that the statement is not that there's something that's muqaddar. And the issue is what is muqaddar. So every single group from amongst all the 73 sects of Islam, they say something different. The philosophers, they say la ilaha, like la sana illallah, that there's no architect except for Allah. These are what the philosophers say. And this is what the Masons and all this, where they took from the philosophers from amongst the Muslims. They took this garbage from, because that's what everybody does. They take the garbage and then they, apply their garbage, and then they make these little secret societies based on the garbage. But this is where the whole sana, it means like a producer or architect, right? So, and then the Sufis will say la khaliq illallah, that there's no creator other than Allah. And the only Ahl Sunnati wal Jama'ah say la ma'buda haqqan illallah, that al ilah, the asl of ilah and uluhiyya is what? Al ibadah, because al ma'luh, it means al ma'bud. It's something that is worshipped. So al ilah is al ma'bud, is alladhi yu'bad. So because the word aliha, it means what? Yu'bad, it means to worship. So this is where we get la ma'buda haqqan illallah, that there's nothing that is worshipped in truth except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only one worshipped in truth. And it goes back to al-uluhiyyah. Whereas the Sufis, they want to take it back to only a rububiyyah. There's only the only creator. That's what? The kuffar of Quraysh did not disagree with you on that one. Did the kuffar of Quraysh think that there's another creator other than Allah? No. They only use the gods that they worship to bring them closer to Allah. That's what they they worship them for that purpose, because they felt like these other gods brought them closer to Allah. But they knew that Allah was the creator. He's the one, the sustainer. He's the one that's, he's the muhyi wal mumit. They didn't think that their gods bring life and cause death. No. They only use them as what? To bring them closer to Allah.
Intercessors.
Yes, and for intercession. So the whole issue is not an issue of like la khaliq illallah. So this is the Sufis. That's what they focus on, is a rububiyyah. No, there's not an issue with rububiyyah, because we don't disagree with them in what? In the general issues of a rububiyyah. Obviously, when we go deep into the specific issues of rububiyyah, we're not going to agree with the kuffar of Quraysh. We're not going to agree with any kuffar. But on the general issues, they say that yes, Allah is the creator. He's the sustainer. He's the one that gives life. He's the one, he's the one that you call on when you're in trials and tribulations. Because whenever they were in difficulties, they will not call on their gods. They will call on what? They will call on Allah. But then when they were saved and freed, then they will go back to calling on their gods. So the issue goes back to al-uluhiyyah, al-ubudiyyah, and worship. So the only one that's worshipped in truth is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that's the true understanding of la ilaha illallah. Allah knows best. Up there. In the box. So let me read it. Said a man, Habaddin, like he loves the religion, وطلب العلم, and he seeks knowledge. ثم تشبه باليهود, and then he started to imitate the bagel biters by following his desires after knowledge. After knowledge had come to him from Allah, right? فجاء, my eyes, man. بعد العلم الذي من الله عليه, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had gifted him with. فجاء إليه الشيطان بوساوس, and then Shaitan came with all his whisperings. لكي يشك في ربوبية الله. Yeah, he started having doubts in the rububiyyah. You're in a dangerous. Like I said, that's something that that even the kuffar of the Quraysh, I mean, the general aspects of a rububiyyah, they didn't have any doubt in. They had no doubt in. They had no issues with, and that's why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't call them like the whole issue of a rububiyyah is like, okay, do you believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created you? Yes. Do you believe that everything that you have from food and drink is provided to you from Allah? That if Allah, He's the one who writes it for you. If He writes it for you, you get it. If He doesn't write it for you, you don't get it. Do you believe that He's the one that gave you life, and He's the one that's going to cause you to die, and He's the one that's going to raise you up on the day of judgment? All right, you believe this. So if you believe these things about rububiyyah, then why don't you worship Him and Him alone? And that was the da'wah of the Anbiya to their people. Like, okay, you believe these things. So why is it that you worship other than Allah that doesn't do it? They don't do these things. These guys don't feed you. These guys, you have to take care of them. You have to protect them. They don't protect you. Somebody comes now, an army comes, and they want to destroy the city. You have to protect your guys. Your guys aren't going to protect you, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protects you. So if you know that Allah protects you, and He's the one, if you get sick, He's going to cure you. And you know all these things. And why is it that you worship other than Allah? And it goes back to al-uluhiyyah. So again, they didn't have, once they agreed on these issues of a rububiyyah, then all right, now are you going to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone without partners? That's now where the issue came in. That's now where the fighting and the arguing and the where jihad became mashru'. It was because of what? Of these issues. Then become an issue. So if you're starting to have doubts in rububiyyah, you're in a dangerous area. Dangerous area. I mean, these idiots running around now talking about there's no God, akhi, wallahi, they gotta be the dumbest of all creation. Dumbest of all creation, akhi. Even the Hindus that worship a cow, akhi, they're like, whoa, these people are saying some craziness. Like you worship a cow, but even they don't agree with the atheists, Allah musta'an, akhi.
Ustad, I mentioned the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ leaving us on a clear path. And she said that everyone's interpretation of that path seems to differ. I don't know who she is. Also that the interpretations of hadith differ. Also that hadiths were affected by politics and history. People don't discuss this. She studied at Colum Institute in Texas. She also
you said, there you go. There you go. There you go. There's the answer to your question right there. What's the finish it?
She also said that the sirah is a white path. White path?
Oh.
That's it.
I can only respond in the response of Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah. Wallahi hiya adalla min himar ahliha. That she is more misguided than the donkey of her family. Like that is a complete nonsense. Complete nonsense. And anybody who studied the deen even for a short period of time would just laugh at that. Kids in the match would have laughed at that. Children who just memorize like a Rasulullah Thalatha would have laughed at that. That's complete nonsense. Complete nonsense. Where did all these interpretations come from? Yeah, you're right. There are different interpretations of the hadith, but where did they come from?
People that don't know the religion.
People that were on misguidance, and then tried to call the people to these things in the religion. This is where all these like different there's interpretations like these are people who have never read the books of the ulama in their whole entire lives. The ulama, they differ on certain issues based not on a different interpretation of the hadith, on what? Like I said, like we mentioned this before, because somebody asked, like, why do we have different, where do these statements come from? And I told you, I said, well, this alim might see this hadith as being authentic, and the other ulama don't see it as being authentic. So he's going to build the issue in fiqh based on this hadith. So that's not a different interpretation from the other hadith where they all agree on the interpretation of this hadith. And then, there's certain things that where it's open for ijtihad, and there's a lot of things it's not. The issues of tawheed is not open for ijtihad. The issues of al-aqidah are not open for ijtihad. And anything that's ma'loom bid-darura is not open for ijtihad. But these people, akhi, will lie because they don't study the deen. They got their little education with the kuffar, and they think that in wallahi it's their arrogance, akhi. It's their arrogance where they talk about this deen, akhi. It's like one time I remember I was in the Emirates with this brother, is a Yemeni brother. And I don't want to mention too much information about him. But like, okay, he studied chemistry, right? He had a degree in chemistry. But he always wanted to talk about Islam. And I told him, I said, listen, akhi, I studied Islam. You didn't. Could you imagine me coming up to you and telling you, this is the way these chemicals are going to react together? And you know that I'm wrong because I've never studied chemistry. And then I keep telling you, who studied chemistry and has a degree in chemistry, that this is the way that these chemicals are going to react. And you're just looking at me like you're crazy. Well, I'm looking at you like you're crazy because you're talking about the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You'll get angry if I speak about the science that you studied, which is man-made, and you'll get angry about me speaking about it without studying it, but you're more than happy to speak about the deen and you never studied it in your life because you read a couple English books. That's danger. That's danger. And wallahi, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala punish that person in hellfire, wallahi, he is not oppressing that person whatsoever. That's justice. If it's justice, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgave that person and allowed that person to go to Jannah after that stupidity that person did, then it's only from his mercy and his favors. But if he, but yeah, that's so dangerous to speak about this deen without knowledge. To sit here and make those types of statements, wallahi, that's 100% pure ignorance. Pure ignorance. One more question.
Said, I want to do truck driving, but what do I do?
I'm not the truck driver, dude. I don't. Who's asking this question? I will put you in contact with this brother, inshallah.
Where is he, in the city?
Oh, he's in New York, Brooklyn.
Oh, good luck with that, brother. Move states and then
Well,
start.
He was asking what to do with haram loads.
Oh,
Do you have control over what you have to take?
yeah, you do. Yeah, but you only do if you select the correct contract. So you, before agreeing to the position, you have control. Once you enter the position, you kind of have control, but you enter the halal position, and then it doesn't matter.
I don't know. Y'all put Hamid in contact.
Yeah, but definitely you want to move states before you get your commercial license.
Leave New York.
Yeah, leave New York and then become a truck.
Go to Florida.
Oh, no, not Florida.
What are you talking about? Florida?
No.
Truck driving capital of the world right there, man.
Well, nobody leaves.
Huh?
Everybody comes in. You can't leave, though.
What do you mean you can't leave?
There's no loads leaving. There's
No.
loads coming to Florida.
Oh, because we buy everything.
All the drivers are going there.
But y'all take oranges out of Florida.
Well, good luck getting them. That's all that's leaving.
Yeah, so we get all the oranges.
Well, no, but because there's so many truck drivers, all the oranges are already taken.
Yeah.
So you're fighting.
Yeah,
with
because like
everybody.
everybody and their mother's a truck driver in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like
It's oversaturated.
everybody and
Yeah.
their mother is
Yeah.
competing over those oranges.
Delaware. Go to Delaware.
Go to Delaware.
Yeah, I mean, go to Delaware.
Go to
That's-
Delaware.
That's the answer to the question.
What about South Dakota?
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Yeah, South Dakota.
Yeah.
But I don't think you're gonna get halal loads though.
I can help with
That's like Indian reservations. Like that's
Uh,
be casino stuff and alcohol and.
well, that's a good question about halal load. So if you do leave the state, add that into your consideration of which state to go to. Yeah.
Put them in contact with him because
Yeah, I can help you, inshallah.
next one more question that has nothing to do with truck
Yeah,
driving.
no more truck driving
Okay.
stuff.
Can Muslims work in fast food like McDonald's and Chick-fil-A?
No, I mean if it's something that doesn't serve anything that's haram. I don't know. Is Chick-fil-A? What do they serve?
Chick-fil-A.
They have bacon. No, they have
They
bacon.
have bacon.
Yeah, they have bacon.
What about somewhere like
In-N-Out?
yeah, In and
In and
Out?
out. That's a
Well,
good
see, with
question.
In-N-Out,
But
they
the thing is with you were gonna
Bible
say
verses.
keep the Bible
They
verses.
put a
yeah.
Bible verse on the bottom of the bags and cups.
Yeah, y'all never noticed that before, did y'all?
Well,
Yeah, I did.
We all kept buying. Dude, it was like I didn't even see it. And then one time my son brought the In-N-Out home, and I looked at the cup. I'm like, yeah, you see this?
So it's not permissible to buy it?
Huh?
It's not permissible to buy
I
it?
wouldn't support that. Especially when you know that you got the Muslims got the. Yeah, we need our own businesses, man. Now forget Hammies because I mean,
Dave's Hot Chicken?
I like. Look, man, I'm gonna tell you.
No, I'm saying you can work there.
And there's no
Yeah,
disrespect. Like I love the Yemeni people. I live with the Yemeni people for 15 years. But let's be serious. The Shabab, most of the Yemeni Shabab do not pray. So I would not even want to buy from them either because a lot of them do not even pray.
Shabab?
Young people.
So
The Shabab, it means young,
Young
like the
Yemenis.
youth.
They
Yeah,
don't pray.
most of them.
Yeah.
Especially in America.
Yeah.
maybe they could work at Dave's Hot Chicken. That's like everywhere. It's kind of
Mm.
there's music inside. I don't know.
You're not gonna hear it. I mean, if you're in the back cooking,
Yeah.
yeah.
Plus trying to find a job in America where there's no music.
Or free mix.
Yeah, he finding a job in America where there's nothing haram is almost
It's possible.
like like literally what you have to do is you have to find the job that has the least amount of haram.
Yes.
That's it. You know, if you work in a warehouse, you don't know what you're gonna be loading and loading and stocking and on. You don't know what's coming on those trucks.
Mhm.
And then once you find out, you might, what are you gonna do? You know, and then you work in a restaurant, they're gonna have pork. You're gonna have, that's just the reality. Unless you can agree with somehow, like, okay, look, I'm a Muslim, I'm not gonna handle the pork. You know, and you can maybe you have enough workers there, you can do that. At least you're like cutting down the haram, you know, cut it down as much as possible. But you know, it's hard. Like in America, akhi, that's why I'm saying we need our own businesses so we can employ our own people, and we don't have these issues anymore. And we can give the youth an environment that they can actually work in and make money and save up and do the things that they need to do, akhi, and in a good environment. Because I mean, even if you work in McDonald's, let's say that you work in something like Chick-fil-A. Let's say that they don't have pork. I'll tell you what they do have.
Women.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And very, very, you know, loose women, you know, as far as like they're like very happy to talk to you and laugh with you and touch you and
They're your
You know,
leader.
huh?
They're your leader.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have power over you. Yeah.
Usually younger.
Yeah. So I mean that's another fitna that you have to deal with, you
Yeah.
know. So you're not dealing with like you're dealing with a woman that's just like I fornicate. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know,
Tell you.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I remember like when I used to work in McDonald's when I was young, akhi, one time somebody literally brought, because we didn't have phones back then.
Mhm.
They have pictures. Brought me a picture
Yeah.
of the cashier with no clothes on. Said, I had her at home. Look at her.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this is the type of behavior. I was working with a guy, Terrence, who was snorting cocaine behind the yeah. You know where you put the sandwiches down at McDonald's and he had lines and he was snorting cocaine behind it. The manager used to go out and smoke. The manager had gold teeth and he used to go around the parking lot smoking blunts in his car. Yeah,
Or in
akhi.
the freezer.
Huh?
The freezer.
No, he couldn't do that because he was the manager. He wasn't the owner. The owners used to come by.
No.
So he had to go out in the parking lot and he just sit there and do like these laps around in his Bronco or whatever he had.
Yeah.
He do laps around. Yeah, everything, every evil you imagine seeing, you see it working at these places, akhi.
Even just in public schools, like we used with people at school, you just snort drugs off their desks.
Mm.
In the school.
Yeah, just once the teachers looking away, just pop the book up and
Yeah.
What would you call someone that does that?
What's that?
What would you call someone that does that?
Bored?
What else?
So he's trying to
Yeah,
get
but
something out
like-
of you.
What I call a person who does that in school?
Yeah.
Bored.
No, but like what noun would you use to?
Plus a body part.
Yeah, like what noun are those people?
Huh?
What noun are
It's
those
your
people?
catchphrase.
What now?
Yeah.
People of boredom.
No, but like, you know that specific drug.
Like
you
a
know?
drug plus a body part.
Yeah.
Oh, Powderhead.
But what about like a synonym?
That's what we call him in Florida. We say he's
Yeah,
a
but what if, instead of powder, it's something else?
but he's not. It's not. He's a powderhead.
But what if they use a pipe instead of powder?
Yeah, I know where he's going, but I'm saying he's not.
But what if it's a pipe instead of powder?
If he's sitting up in the classroom with a Coke can with ashes and something on it, then yes, I would call him what you want me to call him. But I don't think that that's what he's talking about.
No,
He's,
but what would you?
Can?
That's funny.
They never used can.
That's funny.
you weren't born in the 90s, man.
Yeah.
See, get back in your lane.
Holes in it?
They poke the holes
Oh,
in
yeah.
it and they put ash on it and they put the crack on it and then they smoke it out of a Coke can. Huh? That's like the old school crackheads.
That's what they used to call it.
And then when I tell the people that, that's when they're gonna know I'm from the street, because that's not a common. They have to put it on ash. Yes. Anyways, go ahead. What's your next question? Huh? You don't got any more questions? And we can like change this to something more beneficial before we leave.
Okay. Yeah.
If you're trying to mitigate the haram in American jobs, you could do a 1099 instead of a W-2 job. So if you're an independent contractor, if your specific job turns out to be haram, then only that income would be haram. If you do another contract, it wouldn't be haram. So that may be beneficial.
Man, the most beneficial thing is we put our money together and start our own businesses.
Definitely, I agree with that.
Start our own coffee shops, start our own bookstores, start our own restaurants where we employ people like trying to practice their deen and try to give them a halal income. You know, especially like people trying to save up money to go overseas and study. You know, we try to put those brothers into places where they could work, make the money they need to make and get up out of here. Security companies, all of these. Like I said, if we really did things right, Akhi, trust me, Akhi, imagine we could probably, if we had security companies here in California that were run only by Muslims, I guarantee you it would take some years. I guarantee you these Hollywood stars will be getting the Muslims to protect them because they'd be much safer. They're gonna feel much safer. Even like was it like the one brother, the Jafar, Allah yarhamu, the brother that died in Saudi Arabia recently. He mentioned that before. He's like, even when like in New York, like Denzel Washington sometimes used to have like Muslims as bodyguards. Because again, you want people that are disciplined around you, people that are not gonna, you can trust, you know, people that are gonna, you know, watch out for you. That's what the security is supposed to be, right? Yeah, come on, man. It's like we could do a lot of things, Akhi. We could do a lot of things, but we have to be working together and having like that type of vision of moving forward where everybody sees like this is what we want to do and we can get it done, Akhi. You know, we can do it in Fresno, we can do it wherever, Akhi. But it's just like we have to be working together, putting our resources together and getting it done, Akhi. You know, but the problem is like I said, you got to make sure that the people that you're hiring are, you know, oh, this is my Muslim brother. He'll understand. I ain't showing up to work for today, you know, because the problem is when you hire Muslims is, like they think the brotherhood is gonna, you know, allow you to just be lazy and no. But I mean, we gotta make sure that we have to fulfill our contracts together. You know, we have discipline and do what we're supposed to be, what we're getting paid to do, not be lazy about it. Inshallah. What's up, man? Alanish. Is that it? So, all right, one more, and then we go. Last one, Habib.
Question: how do I deal with the silent devils, the masjid servicemen, who are fully aware of the bid'ah in their masjid, but they are cowardly, avoiding raising awareness?
I mean, look, you make the inkar on the munkar, akhi. Don't care about what other people. I mean, he's talking about you know, الذي, you know, يسكت عن الحق. You know, if he's quiet about telling the truth, فهو شيطان أخرس. And I think that's what he's talking about, right? So, you know, don't care about those people. I mean, you speak the truth, akhi. You call the people to the truth. You know, because in the end, the people who really, really want the deen, are really looking for the deen, they're going to get behind somebody who what? That's what he calls to. They're not going to be getting behind all these wishy-washy liberal, you know, these dudes, akhi, come on, man. I mean, we used to like sit here, you know, akhi, I mean, we fought battles with these dudes back in the early 90s. late 90s, and when I was like 16, 17, because they used to say, "Oh, I'm a Muslim. I'm from a Muslim country. You don't know." I'm like, "Where are you from?" He's like, "I'm from Afghanistan." "Yeah, you coward! You ran from the war and you came here to the U.S." It's like, "What do you want to tell me about You want to tell me about the deen now? You coward! You ran and you begged America to give you citizenship, and you pledged allegiance to this country to come into this country, and you want me to listen to you? I ain't listening to you." This is the type of battles that we used to have with these guys. And when I was like 16, 17 years old, going back and forth with these dudes, I ain't got no time for that. You know, we speak the truth, Akhi, and then tell you, as long as you're talking the truth, the people who want to follow the truth, they're going to get behind you. People that want to follow the desires are going to go with the people of what? Of desires, Akhi. And wallahi, you're going to find the biggest backstabbers, the biggest cheaters, the biggest liars amongst those people of desire. Can't trust them, Akhi. They're going to stab you in the back. They stab themselves in the back, Akhi. You know, you can't trust none of them. Only people you can trust truly are the people who really, really want to follow the truth. You know, and that's it, Akhi. That's your job. You speak the truth. Don't care about what these people say. Akhi, they're you know, most of these people are working for the government anyway. So, Allah musta'an. Wa ila huna subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Y'all know how to shut this off? Oh. He's back.
He's on it.
Because he's listening to it in the back.